I've seen a lot that you've done as a father, a lot that you've done for the Black fatherhood community, and it's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for asking me to come here, man. It means a lot.
For sure. But yeah, how I like to start is just to get a little bit of a rundown about yourself, your family life right now. So, tell me, I know you have a daughter, I know you have a wife.
Yeah.
What's your daughter and your wife's name?
So my wife's name is Noami. My daughter's name is Emery. We call her Booby. I'm sorry, is that music really disturbing in the background?
Nah, I can barely hear it.
Good. No, my daughter's name is Booby. And first, a little bit about me. My name is Kier. I am the creator of the Kier and Them vlog on YouTube. Warm, family-friendly vlog that focuses on mental health, communication, and transparency, man. Like, those are our main languages. But yeah, come check us out. But yeah, it's just my wife and my daughter are doing very well. All things considered. I was just talking to my wife because we don't know if my daughter's going to be able to go back to school in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So
is it at that point? I didn't realize it was at that point that they're saying next fall. They're not. Okay.
Right now they're slated for January. We don't really. Schools are going to open up, and I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. In addition to being a social media influencer and a vlogger, like, we have full-time careers. I'm a therapist. My wife is a lawyer, so we can't stop.
Right.
We can't stop right now, and my daughter needs full-time care. We potty training, bro. You know?
Oh man, I know.
It's tough. Yeah. So, we're just trying to figure out what that looks like financially. I don't know if you know, but a nanny can cost you $12,000 to $35,000 a year to have someone watch your child while you work. Mm-hmm. So her school's not going back, but we still have to work. So those are just like, when you say you're doing fine, you're not really doing fine. You're managing a bunch of like ridiculousness that has become the everyday world right now.
That's a fact.
Yeah, there's no balance. There's no normalcy. It's just like every day is something different, man.
So what are y'all doing right now? You said, she's 2.5. She daycare is not open. I don't know when they're going to be opening up. So are y'all both working from home right now?
Yeah, we're both working from home right now. It's been tough. We just switch off. We can only realistically work in shifts. So maybe my wife will work for about 2 hours. I'll go through Booby school lessons with her and do all her educational stuff. Boom, we switch off. I go and work, and my wife comes back and she does all the lessons with the kid. Like, that's kind of what we've been shifted into right now.
I hear you, man. I'm doing the same thing right now. Like, right now, my daughter and my girl are downstairs right now doing some work, like as we speak. So I feel you
trying to get it in real quick.
Exactly. But it's funny, man. So you call your daughter Booby, right? Yeah. There has to be a part of your mind that's like, one day she's gonna be like, nah, stop.
Yeah. I think about that all the time. I struggle with this, and maybe you do as a dad too. It's like when they get older, like what's okay and what's not, because they get older and they're not your baby anymore.
Right.
And they start to declare a sense of independence. And she might be, Daddy, don't call me that. Or don't hug me no more. Don't kiss me. Bro, I don't know how I'm going to cope with that. Like,
yeah. So honestly, man, that don't hug me, don't kiss me, they might have to chill with that.
Man, listen, she told me the other day, Daddy, don't kiss me no more. I'm a big girl.
Oh man, your daughter be going on you, bro. Like, I've seen so many videos where you guys are having an intimate moment, and then she's like, all right, where's mom? Yeah,
that's what she does. That's how she does it. I try not to take it personally because she's still a baby. But I would be lying to you if I didn't say it's a little dagger in the heart every time. Right. Tells me no, like, that's my boo though.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing?
For the most, honestly. Sometimes.
What you saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get the back and forth, right? So she'll be like, every rare time she'll be like, where's mommy? But same thing to her. She'll be like, I want daddy. Like, I want daddy to read the story tonight. I want daddy to do this. So, that warms my heart. It makes me feel some type of way.
Of course.
But yeah, man. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, like you said, you got the vlog, Kier and them. You guys are popping on social media, on YouTube, whatever the case may be. But the relationship that you have with your wife, man, bar none, one of the toughest relationships I've seen out there. That's visualized. You said you're a therapist, do you think that has made you a little bit more aware of yourself in a relationship, and that's the reason why you guys have this bond?
Yeah, I think that's a part of it, but I can't discount my wife and who she is as a woman, and more specifically as a person. She's the first person I ever met that's really unable to lie to themselves. She's brutally honest with herself. And you know that if you live in the same space with a person, y'all growing together, you start to take on some of their characteristics sometimes.
Right.
So I would love to sit here and say the reason that I'm able to communicate with my wife and we have the dynamic that we have is because of this knowledge that I have, but it's not. It's partly because of that, but it's because of her. It's because of how we kind of committed to talking through our issues. And it's because we've been through a lot together, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been through a lot together, and no matter how hard it was to fight through that, we ended up making it. And it just gives you a confidence after a while. Like, I don't think anything can split us up because we've been through so much and we've talked our way through it. I don't know what we can't talk our way through. I mean, as long as you carry the attitude and you do the work behind it, I think that what people see when they look at us, I guess, because I don't see it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see what everybody sees. But I think what you see is the product of that honesty and that hard work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that being committed to being honest with yourself and each other. It's hard. It's hard. It's quite difficult.
Like you said, you live in the everyday, the 24/7. We see in the snippets. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, one of the things I wanted to talk on is, like you said, you guys are committed. You guys are committed in your relationship, but you guys are committed in other ways as well. I saw recently the state of the world, how everything is going with the protests. You know, the fight just for equity and equality. Right. Yeah. That's happening. I saw that you guys spent, I think you said the afternoon or a few hours researching every candidate that y'all could. Yeah. That was up for election in Maryland. And that's something that's huge, right? Like, a lot of people like go vote, go vote, go vote. And they might go vote, but they're not going to take the time to actually look into it. They're just going to say Democrat or Republican and just vote. Right. So why was that so important for y'all to do?
Man, because I can't speak for her, but I was one of those people. I saw a familiar name on the ballot, and then I voted for it, or I voted based on a party alliance. And as I got older, I started to realize that the people that you vote for, like, they affect the things that happen to you very intimately. Like, for instance, we think about voting, we think about presidents, right? Or we think about a vice president. Well, it's even on a closer community level. The circuit court judge in your area has more control over your everyday life than the president. Mm-hmm. So you want to know who this person is and what they do and what they represent. And I think what changed it for me is one time I voted for a guy on DC City Council, and I just saw his name and I voted for him. And then he ended up passing legislation that hurt my community really badly. He advocated for it very strongly. And the more I researched him, I realized that he doesn't stand for any of the things that I stand for. Mm-hmm. Just had a party alliance that I thought represented my ideals. So, man, I'm one of those people, bro. If I get burnt, I don't like getting burnt twice. Sure. And I talked to my wife about it, and she was thinking the same thing. Like, let's think about who we're putting in our community. Our daughter goes to school in this community. We own a home in this community. We invest in this community. Let's figure out the why. Why are we voting for this person? What do you stand for? And it's a deep need to really want to hold the politicians that we elect accountable, man. You got to do the front end and the back end.
Mm-hmm. For sure, man. So you said front end and back end. So up front, obviously voting. On the back end, what can people do to hold them accountable? Obviously, that what's happening right now is an example. But what are some things that people can do? Because once this is all over, we still want to see that action. So what's something that somebody can do afterwards?
Sure. So I think there's an Instagram page. Man, I hope I'm not wrong. My wife showed me, it's called Just Pull Up. Mm-hmm. And what they do is they're asking companies and organizations to post the number of Black CEO and leadership that they have, like the percentage. And what they want to do is hold those companies accountable to hiring more minorities and hiring more women and making more diverse workspaces from the people who make the decisions. So I think you do the same thing with your politicians. You hold them accountable. When they have town halls, you show up. and you ask them questions. You write them. You find out what organizations they support, and you suggest organizations that really reflect the values and things that your community needs. You talk to them. Like, we elect these people. We put them in power. We have the right to talk to them and show them that we need specific things from them, and we need action, and hold them accountable, hold their feet to the fire, and have them do that. Right? Twitter is another place where your politicians are very tangible. You can tweet them. You can write their office directly. You can call their office. You can call. In DC, we have city councils. You can call the council member. You can call your ANC rep that is that reps your community. There are a million different ways that you can reach out and tell the people that you elect that you need the change that affects the people that affect you.
I feel you, man. So you DC native. You in Maryland though right now, right? You live in Maryland?
Yeah, man. We got priced out of DC, bro.
Hey, man. I was looking at property over there. I was like,
Where are you right now?
I'm Virginia, Northern Virginia.
Okay, I mean, Northern VA ain't much cheaper.
Nah.
It's not much cheaper. In DC, we were looking at a condo in a DC neighborhood. We were just looking for like kicks. We not moving there, but it was like 700 square feet. Man, the joint was $650,000. No parking, washer, dryer.
Dude.
What? But it's really expensive. So yeah, we live in a suburb.
Okay, man. So all right, y'all suburban family now. Y'all married now. Your daughter's 2.5. Y'all been doing this thing for a little bit, and now the vlog. Like I said, the vlog is popping. What made you start the vlog? And was it always Kier and them, or did it start from something else?
Yeah, it was always Kier and them. I just joked with her. I don't even think we were engaged at the time. No, we definitely weren't. I was joking with her, like, man, if we make a vlog or something, I probably call it Kier and them. Y'all will be them. And we thought it was fun. Until I was like, hey, let's just actually buy a camera. And we bought a camera and just started filming our lives. And I put that name on it, and I never thought it would stick, or I never thought that anyone would care enough where it'll blow up to this, but here we are. But to answer your question, my daughter had just been born, and time started moving. You know how it is when you have kids, bro. Time just starts moving fast. And I came to realize that, like, I want to capture some of these moments. So bought a camera, started filming, ended up putting those videos on YouTube. Nobody cared, man. They had like 200 subscribers.
Start, right? Just family and friends type thing.
All just family and friends, mostly hers. And we got engaged. And the day we got engaged, I asked my little cousin, like, here's my camera, just film it. Just film this joint from start to finish. And she filmed it, and I ended up going back and looking at it like 2 weeks later. And I was like, man, it's pretty good. So I added some music to it in iMovie, uploaded it up to YouTube, and it went viral, man. I think it has 180,000 views on YouTube now. So we just kept going. And we got a bigger and bigger response, and more people started following and giving us comments. And then my daughter had a French fry video that went viral. A video of me asking her to eat a French fry. It went crazy viral all over the world. And I was like, you know what? I'll just start. The family had their own Instagram. We'll do the YouTube videos and we'll see what happens. And it's just really become like this dope thing. Like 2.5 years later, man, where we're posting every week now. We have tens of thousands tune in just to watch and shit.
That's what's up, man. Only 2.5 years, because that's how I got introduced to you, right? It's the French fry video. I think that's how most people got introduced to you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that's dope, man. Only 2.5 years. You guys have definitely, made a mark for yourselves and for Black relationships, and like for you and for your wife in particular, Black fatherhood and Black motherhood as well. So it's really dope to see what you guys are doing, man.
Man, I appreciate that. I'll be honest. That's not really what we set out to do. We set out to capture life. And I think by virtue of being Black people and by virtue of just being as honest as we can on those channels, I think people just connect with it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. For sure. Because everybody can see it and see themselves in those situations.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's why people come back. I don't even watch family vlogs, man. They're not my thing. Like I never watch family vlogs. So it's not even like, it's not like I came in like, I want to do this and I want to really portray this for the Black community. It's not that. But I think there are a lot of us that are really trying hard, like my wife and I. And there are a lot of us that really try hard in our relationships and in parenthood. And I think that we can just connect with those type of stories.
Right.
You know?
It's real.
Yeah, it's real. It's a real struggle too.
I feel you, man. It's an everyday struggle.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, what's your favorite episode or video that you guys have put up?
Nobody has ever asked me that, man. Dang. I think
it's a lot of videos.
Yeah.
A lot of videos, a lot of episodes, so it's hard.
Like Instagram videos or YouTube drinks?
I say YouTube.
My favorite YouTube video is probably I did a video that was dedicated to my mom.
Okay.
And just we did a memorial kind of release of the balloons for her. And it was really therapeutic for me, man. I got closer to my family, and even like from the beginning of that video where my mom was to the end, you could see the switch. And I think I looked back at that video like a year later and I was like, damn, like I didn't think it'd be that profound. Like it wasn't for entertainment purposes. It wasn't just, well, let's shoot and see what happens. Like I literally said stuff that day that I've never said out loud to anybody before. So, yeah, that's probably my favorite episode, man. I get the goosebumps every time I watch it.
Man, I was listening to your story. I think it was you were telling a little bit about your background at an event that you did. And you were saying how your mother passed away when you were 17 or 18, just reaching adulthood, right? So I know that definitely had an effect on you. But furthermore, you were saying that you found you didn't really know your dad. You didn't really have your dad in your life until you found this man on Facebook.
Yeah, found him on Facebook. Yeah.
Right. So just talk to me a little bit about that, because I know your father's Nigerian. My parents are Ghanaian, right? So I have a little bit of that, but I know you were raised here and you felt like you didn't have that, or at least that's what I've heard from you.
Yeah, it's hard to be. It's a beautiful culture, man. My dad is from the Noami tribe, in Nigeria, and it's a beautiful culture. It's tough to not be connected to the culture because you don't have any memories of it growing up. You're literally introduced to it as an adult. But I found my father on Facebook. Long story short, I ended up meeting with he and his wife and all of my sisters that I've never met before in Nigeria. And it was a crazy experience. I encourage you to go out and take a look at the video. But I think what he's referencing is a video my wife and I did about me not having my dad around when I was younger. And that's why I appreciate platforms like yours, man, because you don't really know what you miss if you don't really have it. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So it's tough for me to process even as an adult. And I know there are a lot of people out there that may have a strange relationships with their fathers. I will say this though, like posting that video onto YouTube and getting a lot of different people taking feedback helped me realize like it's something that a lot of people go through, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we all got a lot of commonalities with that. And we all, more specifically, we don't really have any answers. Right. So I mean, you as a dad, I'm sure you can relate, man. I think whatever we feel like we're missing from our childhoods, we pumping into our children. You know what I'm saying? We give our surplus of that.
Mm-hmm.
Are you from VA originally?
No. I mean, honestly, man, I've been here most of my life. So if I say now, like I was born elsewhere, I was born in Connecticut, but I've been in VA since I was like 5 years old. So I might as well say I'm from here.
Okay, I was asking because in this region, man, there's just a lot of fatherhood initiatives, and I've been to a lot of them. And usually when men get together, in this, it's different all over the country, but the question of fatherhood always comes up and how involved the father was in that particular man's life. And the answers are always different. You know what I'm saying? It goes from I grew up with my father, he was very involved. You know, I grew up with my father, he was really hands off. To I never met that guy a day in my life. But what I notice is all men walk away with something different. Like you can be completely empowered as a father and had never seen that before, never had a father in your life, or you could have had a loving father that you came up under, and your fatherhood style doesn't represent that positively at all. You know, it's a range, man. So just think about fatherhood as being one and having one, and what you're missing and what you're not getting. It creates a lot of conflict in a man's brain.
100%, man. No, having these conversations, I have had that range of dudes who did not have any connection with their dad, dudes who had a loving dad, dudes who had a dad who just did the minimum. You know what I'm saying? Who was just there, you know, and it affects everybody differently, right? Like I know for me, not having a father who was present. So two dads, right? Dad that wasn't there and a dad that wasn't present. Having both of those instances made me want to be the best dad of all time. You know what I'm saying? And then also what maybe wanted to highlight all these other dads out here who I know are doing the damn thing and trying their hardest. So that's where this came from.
Hey, and that's important work, bro. Like the more we work with people out here, you work with different brands and like different like change makers, you begin to realize that they want to hear these stories and they don't even have any idea where to start. I think it's very sexy to talk about the fatherless child that had no male influences whatsoever, but there's also a lot of power in that story. Like, look what you did, bro. You turned that to a platform that people draw inspiration from.
That's you know what I'm saying? Do, man. That's highlight and uplift, man.
Hey, that's huge, man. That needs to be like a resonating sound in our community, bro. Like,
sure. Yeah. And like I was saying, man, you're very outspoken about fatherhood. So just tell me, man, why is it so important to you? Like, why is it so important that you are the level of dad that you are? Because you are a great father, right? You're a great partner to your wife. Why is it that is so important to you?
I mean, I think that our sole purpose once we have children is to create people that the world can be proud of. And more importantly, people who can be proud of themselves. I was very lucky to have a very dedicated mother. And in her absence, I had a real chance to see what happens when you pump positivity into your child and when you give them everything that you have. And if I can make it through my circumstances with what I was fed, I can only imagine what my daughter can persevere through and what my daughter can achieve with that same messaging and having two parents that work hard to make sure their relationship is strong, to make sure their foundation is strong, and just giving her like a stronger launch pad to jump off into the world with. So that's why it's important for me, man. Like it's more than just what kind of job my child will have when she gets older. It's how she'll talk to herself when she's sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's how she'll pick herself up when she feels defeated. It's how she looks at another woman's strength, whether that's going to inspire or intimidate her.
Right.
You feel me? So it's about more to me than just treating my daughter well and having all these great moments. My relationship with my wife is going to dictate those same things. The confidence that she goes out into the world with, the kind of woman that she becomes and what she feels is really important to her and how she's supported in that. So I just want to build strong people, man. I want to live a good life, and that just requires me to do this. No problem.
Yeah. I know you do something that a lot of fathers I'm seeing more and more often are doing, is that you speak affirmations to your daughter and let her repeat those. And to the point that you said she's 2.5 now, you've been doing it probably since, I think you said before she could even speak.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee she remembers it now.
Yeah,
right?
She does.
100%. Yeah. Like I've done the same thing. And I think how you were saying, how they talk to themselves in times of hardship, how they talk to themselves when they want to get themselves through something. They're going to remember those things, but more importantly, they're going to remember your voice. And that's going to help them, get through those situations and be that driving force.
No, I agree. The way that you talk to your children, it dictates the way that they talk to themselves. And even we were just talking about black men a minute ago. In our community, the way little black boys are talked to sometimes isn't constructive. Mm. And it isn't conducive to a growth mindset. It isn't conducive to great self-talk, and those boys become men who are unable to demonstrate those things. I ain't gonna go off a cliff on that one, but I say all that to say the way that we talk to their children directly impacts how successful they'll ultimately be in life. And I ain't just talking about the amount of money they're going to make. That's not important. When I say success, I mean happiness.
Right.
Overall, the level of satisfaction that they have with the life that they live.
So let me ask you, man, y'all are doing a fantastic job right now with Booby. Is there a number 2 on the way? Oh man, this is on camera. Miss me with that.
Look, man, that's an ongoing conversation. I get it that like we're on Instagram and YouTube and like our lives are on display, but we real people, man. Like who will pay for another kid, bro? Like, no, that's an ongoing conversation between my wife and I. I'm 34, she's 30, so the age thing plays a factor. The economic thing plays a factor. You have exactly. It like my daughter goes to private school now. Like I know. I feel you, bro. I feel you. So it's a lot that goes into that. I will say though, I'm coming around. The first time I was a father was unexpected, and that wasn't a good way to come into fatherhood. Mm-hmm. This time is a lot different. That was many moons ago. This time will be different. I'm more prepared, and I want to be able to give that kid everything. And we're just trying to decide what that looks like logistically.
Man, I feel you. What type of law does Noami practice, by the way?
Intellectual property.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Intellectual property and entertainment. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she reads all the contracts that come in.
Right, man. Just paperwork all day.
Oh, yeah. She's a really sharp woman, man. She's a really sharp woman. I wish that a lot more people got to know my wife the way that I do. She's really private, man. She shares a little bit more on social media now, but she's outstanding, man. She is the smartest person that I know.
That's what's up, man. That's a blessing right there. And then she gonna pass that. She gonna pass the buck. I'm not saying that you're not smart, brother. Not saying you're not smart, but she gonna pass it down.
Listen, I no problem with that. That's what I. If my daughter can just get my sense of humor, then we good. She can get everything else from her mom, and she'll be fine.
Right. Word up, man. All right. Well, last few questions I always like to ask some of my guests are, number one, how have your children or how has Booby changed?
Come on, man. Mindset? Number two on me, bro.
I know my bad. But for real, how has Booby changed your mindset? How were you coming into the game and now you're a dad? How has that changed?
Booby has changed my mindset. She's made me grow up. She's turned me into a feminist. Yeah. She's made me understand how unfairly women are treated in the world, specifically Black women.
Big fact.
He's made me very sensitive.
That's a huge fact. Bro, I got a daughter. I agree. 100%.
How old is your daughter?
She's 5.
Oh, ooh.
I'm a little punk, bro.
Man, yeah, bro, it be that way.
It is what it is, man.
Let me
shrug it off at this point.
Get a kiss.
What's up?
To let my daughter tell me I can't get a kiss, they ruin, bro. I get all Cincy. I get Cincinnati. But she's made me those things, man. She's made me appreciate my wife a lot more. She's made me appreciate family a lot more. She slowed me down. She makes me be present. Like she's one of the best things that ever happened to me, man. And that's not everybody say that in a superficial way, but she's forced me to face my own stuff. She's another reason I'm as able to be open and honest with my wife as I am, because like I don't want no secrets in my family. I don't want my daughter to feel like she has to keep secrets and stuff like that. So she's changed everything, man. Yeah. She's changed everything.
Now, do you think, because you just said that she's the reason why you've been more open, is it because you want her to see that open relationship, or is it just because of like you said, she made you more sensitive, she made you more knowledgeable of yourself, or is it both?
It's both, actually. Okay. I want her to be able to ask me any question. Like I never wanted to have the child who's afraid to tell their parents something because the way that they'll react will only make the kid feel worse.
Right.
I actively try not to be that parent. But like, yeah, it's a mix of them both, man. I want her to feel confident that she can come to her parents for anything. And if she sees us communicate well, she'll not only take that on, but she'll know that she can tell us anything and that we can talk through it.
That's what's up, bro. That's deep, man. You're trying to. It's dope that you say that, because, like you said, you had your mother. She poured into you what she could.
Yeah,
you're taking those lessons and you're pouring it into your daughter and trying to fill her cup so that way she can go into the world, full and give out what she has to give out, her full 100% self without any self-doubt, without having, to not be open with herself or other people, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's important in the Black community. We're really fast to talk about generational curses, but we don't always talk about the generational lessons that have been handed down. Well, my mom didn't get that from nowhere. My grandma didn't get that from nowhere. Her mother didn't get that from just nowhere. Like that's been handed down to me through the people who created us. You know.
Right.
So yeah, I never that. It's funny. It's funny hearing it come out of your mouth, you know.
It's a great point, though, man, because like you just said, we talk about generational curses and we talk about generational wealth. But when we talk about generational wealth, we're usually talking about money. You just talked about a form of generational wealth that is in a mindset that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation, is going to continue. And that, to me, is a whole nother form of generational wealth, because having that mindset will allow you to overcome, number one, being Black in America, but number two, any other thing that you have that comes your way.
Absolutely. I believe that there's a hyperfixation on money. Money is very important to live, but money isn't the ultimate. When I think generational wealth, I never think monetary. I always think health, both physical, mental, and emotional. Yeah, it's not always about how much money you could accrue. It's about your mental state when you go out into the world. The money will always be there, but if you don't have the mental state to pursue happiness, the money won't mean anything.
Fact. Yeah, man. All right, last question for you, brother. What type of advice do you have for brand new fathers coming in?
I feel like for brand new fathers, everybody tries to scare them to death. You ready?
100%.
Like, bruh, it's never anything positive. The advice that I have for you is work on becoming a good listener. Work on becoming a good partner. And I know that's not always easy because everybody's circumstances are different. Take care of yourself. Take breaks. Monitor your own self-guilt. Find a therapist. That will make you a much better father. And get ready to enjoy some of the greatest moments that you could ever imagine, because every day that passes, you ain't even seen the best yet, man. You about to go on an adventure like none other, and I'm really happy for you.
That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. Okay.
Why we always so negative when we talk to new dads, man? Why we trying to scare them to death?
Because you're 100% right about that. And I don't know, like one of my boys, he just had his what was it? Gender reveal.
Yeah.
His gender reveal party. And it's funny because a lot of people were saying the same things. He's having a daughter, right? Like, you know, most men, I want to have a son. 100%. I get it. I was there too for a little bit. I have a daughter. I love my daughter. I might, if I had another daughter, I would never have another complaint in my life. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, he found out he was having a daughter and he was just like, you see the video, he throws his hands up. He's like, but at the same time, he's happy. It's like, I wanted a son, but I'm still happy no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But like to hear some of the things that people would say to him, like, oh man, you sure you're ready for this kid? Or damn, you gotta do this and this and that. Like, it's like, just be able to revel in the moment, to appreciate the moment, because like you said, there's so many moments that are about to happen back to back to back. Like you said, time starts to fly, that you just gotta appreciate everything that happens.
Well said. Yes. Absolutely. Just you got to take it all in, man. I'm done scaring dads to death. Like every time I see a dad, man, I think I'm becoming a father. I'm clapping. I'm giving them positivity. I'm giving them all that. That's what's up, bro. The best days out here. You don't even know it yet. You about to be loved. You ain't never been loved before. So.
Big fact. All right, brother. Well, like you said to get a therapist. I know you're a therapist. Do you help fathers out? Is that something that you do?
Not exclusively, but a lot of people that come and see me are dads. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here for everybody.
Okay, bet. So yeah, man. Let people know how they can get in contact with you. Check out the vlog. You know, drop the handles, man.
Sure. So it's Kier and Them, Kier and Them. You could check us out on Instagram at Kier and Them, or you could check out our YouTube vlog. If you check us out on Instagram, I have a link to the vlog, and I also have my email information. So contact information, partnering, booking, or if you just want to reach out and say what's up and chat for a little bit, hit me up. I'll be happy to have you.